Hello everybody. Whoop. Yeah, recording works. Okay. Hey everybody. So I am going to give you a quick demo of the mod that I've made here. I think it's pretty sweet. It is called Crafty Concoctions. It's been made for SpookyJam 2024. I think it's a really neat idea, and I think the execution is also pretty decent. Let's have a look. It is a Breath of the Wild-like potion making system. So there's a cooking system in Breath of the Wild that basically allows you to put pretty much anything inside. Let's make a water bottle, fill up the potion, fill up the cauldron. Cool, now we have a little bit of water in there. And now we can put in basically anything and it will create something logical. So for example, let's make some sugar in here. Amazing. Now we have a type of the potion. Let's put some nether wart in here. Now we make sure that it's a good potion. And now finally let's make it speedy. But then let's also make it glowstoney. So this glowstone will make it more potent. Right, so basically just put a bunch of stuff inside and it will all sort of work itself out to work. It's very Breath of the Wild inspired, where you can just throw stuff into a pot and then a good result will come out, right? And I love the fact that it's not GUI based, but you can see it in the world. I really like how these look. It took a little bit to make them look good, sort of lean on the sides. It's not perfect, you can kind of see it's not there. But it's also tricky because the textures don't actually reach the top. So how would you approach fixing that? It's not easy. But I'm pretty happy with how this looks. Right. So we now have a basic potion. Let's light it up. So put a torch down below. That's fire. That will make it light up. Shwoop. Beautiful animation. Look at that. It's now colored, and now we can get it out. And this will actually have the same color. That took so long to make it have the same color in the item as in the block. The block was way easier. But that's cool. A super simple solution to color items, but it took a while. It took me a while to use it, to figure out how to do it within Minecraft's pre-existing systems. Okay, so we've now made a basic potion, and now we can drink it, and it will give us some speed. Beautiful, lovely. So that's how basic potions are made. Now let's go through this process in a little bit more detail. So the first thing that you always want to do is determine what kind of a water level you're gonna want. Because as you see, I placed the torch down below. That was fire that generated heat, and that made the potion cook. Now if I put more water, there will actually more heat will be required to cook this potion, to make to boil this potion, whatever. So let's have a look at the different heat levels. So we have 3 different levels of heat for the 3 different levels of water that the cauldron can contain. Level 1, which is just used by filling the contents of 1 water bottle inside. Can be heated with super basic materials they can get within 10 minutes of gameplay, basically. Level 2, so 2 water bottle emptyings would be made of fire or lava. These would be heated by fire or lava. These aren't actually all that hard to obtain, but they're kind of hard to contain. You know, lava goes everywhere, burns everything, and fire, you need netherrack or something to get it to stay. So yeah, that's sort of that. And then finally the heating blocks level 3, which are the soul fire blocks, which I think are heavily underused in Minecraft. I think it's a really cool concept, and there's also some sort of a realistic aspect to it, where since soul fire is blue and blue fire in reality, I'm not good at physics, blue fire in reality is also hotter than the normal red or whatever. That's the hot part, the blue part, I'm told. It does kind of make inherent sense. So since we now have 3 levels in here to make, if we were going to use a torch, it wouldn't do anything. Well, there's nothing inside right now either, but it wouldn't do anything even if there was something inside to boil. So we will need a soul campfire or something similar to make this work. So now we could put a soul fire below, and then that would cook. So that's the water levels explained. Now let's talk about what we can put inside of here. So there's 3 different types of ingredients. Go away. No, it's my time. So okay, there we go. Let's have a look at the 3 different types of ingredients. The first type is the goodness definer. You're going to want to define a goodness, whether it's a good potion or a bad potion. If you put a nether wart, that will make it good. If you put a fermented spider eye, that'll make it bad. You can also make it more good or more bad. That won't actually do anything though. If you put 2 nether wart and 1 fermented spider eye, it will be a good potion. Okay, so it sort of mathematically calculates out. Right, so let's just start. Why this is interesting, I will go into in a second. Let's for now just accept, okay, there's good potions, there's bad potions. Actually, shift right click removes the items again in the order that you inserted them in. Let's make it a bad one, just so we know that it does invert stuff. So, second type of ingredient is here. These are the sort of the content defining. This is what actually defines what kind of potion you're going to get at the end, not the stats of the potion. These are all the ones. Some of them were chosen a bit weirdly. The bowl, I'm sorry about it. It makes weakness. I'm not happy about it either. I couldn't find something proper. Maybe I'll change it still. It's fine. These are actually make a lot of sense. They're clovers, and they create the luck and unluck status effects. So 4-leaf clover makes luck. 2-leaf clover makes unluck, and 3-leaf clover does absolutely nothing. I just wanted to point them out just because I'm aware that the texture is one of the worst things that you eyes have probably ever been sadly forced to see, but yeah, that's what I came up with. Listen, I'm no artist, that's fine. I can program stuff, but programming's sound efficient and it works really well. That's what I was worried about in this mod, okay? Not the textures. But yeah, so these can actually be dug up by sniffers. So this is just kind of a random thing that gives some more importance to a somewhat neglected aspect of this game. Right, so I think this is kind of a cool concept, a really cool way to obtain a luck potion. Okay. So we are now making a bad potion with speed, and that will invert the speed effect. So that's how inversion works. The third group is the modifiers. Redstone makes it last longer. Glowstone makes it more potent. Lapis lazuli dust makes it quicker to drink. Gunpowder turns it into a splash potion, and Dragon's Breath turns it into a lingering potion. Let's for now just make it faster to drink, just to show that off and make it a little bit more potent. Put that inside, let's go. Shwoop-de-whoop, let's go. Alright, cook it up, nice. Whoop, sorry. There we go. Still love the animation every single time. Lovely. Now we have a little bit of potion, and it made slowness. So, since we used the sugar, the first time we made it a good sugar potion, that made it speed, but since we made it bad, that made it slowness. Cool. So if we drink this, it will be quick to drink. You see, it was quicker to drink. That was more than half as quick to drink, which can be helpful in combat situations. I thought that would be a nice addition, and the texture looks really good. I think it fits in super well with these. It's not like the texture is overly complicated. Let's be real. of all these different powders that Minecraft has. Okay, right. So that's how inversion works. Now let's take actually a little bit of a deeper look at how this inversion functions, because we can actually make using. Okay, I'm gonna just show you something. Show you how to make another thing, and then you can maybe figure out how the system works. So make a new potion. I'm gonna put a turtle scute, which you would inherently associate with slowness, right? They're turtles. That will make sense, right? And then let's make it bad. Let's make a bad turtle potion, and then let's just make it a splash potion because we haven't had one of those. Make it long lasting because we haven't had one of those either. Bam, bam. Cook it up. Beautiful. Yep. Sorry. Let's have a look. If we get this out, we now have a splash potion. Have a look at it. That makes speed. Interesting, right? So that's what's so interesting about this. Let's actually have a really quick look at all of the effects there are. This is a bit spoilery. You don't have to look at it specifically. Just look at the first two lines because you already know the info about those two. Just look at this. Then you have to look at the rest, and you won't get spoiled. This is all the data containing all the data for all the potions that can be made with a mod. They are always saved in pairs. So these are pairs containing speed and slowness, strength and weakness, jump boost and jump reduction. They're always pairs of opposites, because I figured that most of the vanilla Minecraft potion effects could actually be mapped pretty well onto each other. And for the ones that don't exist, I made some myself. For example, the jump reduction effect didn't exist in vanilla. I made it myself. Okay, so the speed has the sugar item associated with it, and slowness has the turtle scute. So if you put sugar into a good potion, it will make speed. If you put sugar into a bad potion, it will make slowness. And then if you put a turtle scute into a good potion, it will make slowness. And if you put a turtle scute into a bad potion, it will make speed. So it sort of turns it around, gives you two different ways of obtaining any given potion, and that's a really neat effect. I think that's just an interesting way of going about it, and it's really cool. Okay, so that's how the effect is determined. You now know absolutely everything there is to know about the effects. The rest is just me writing a long list of what potions correlate with what other opposite potion, right? Okay, and then the final thing, I mean the modifiers we don't really need to talk about. Okay, so those kind of make sense. Okay, so that's yeah, that's how it works. You can create a potion, and then okay, so now here's sort of where it gets conceptually interesting, because why would you here's where the game design comes in. Here's where this gets more interesting than the normal vanilla potion system, which is just put this inside, puts this inside, puts this inside. Okay, cool, it works. I don't use it personally because I think it's not overly helpful. I don't like to use it. So instead, this is, I think, far more interesting, and it creates a lot more, makes the player make a lot more meaningful choices. Gives more agency to the player, whatever. All the good game design terms that you'd want associated with a good game design wise decision. So, two aspects to this. First aspect is you don't know what potion you're actually making. You need to know the potion that you've actually made, because I'm not telling you. If we go in here, take a brown mushroom block, put that in there, and make this a good potion, then I have absolutely no clue what potion this is currently making. All I know is that it will make a valid potion, because behind each of the valid ingredients that can be put into a cauldron to make a potion is this little icon, potion-like icon, right? So, we've made 3 potions. If we drink this, you can see the name. Okay, you can't see the name because it's white, but you can see here it says good potion. That's all the information you get. Now, if I actually open up the tooltip, then that would actually show the precise effect because I'm in creative mode, but that's cheating. This, you would know nothing more about this potion than the color and the name, which is very, very, very much on purpose. You need to know yourself what potion you just mixed. You can't just mix random stuff, look whether it works, and discard it if it doesn't. If you mix something bad and drink it, then that's not a good idea. Make sure you don't mix stuff that will hurt you, okay? You don't want stuff backfiring, which makes this even more interesting, right? Because you got to be careful, because using an actually kind of dangerous ingredient like a poisonous potato, but then inverting it, could actually make something positive. So you have this sort of risk involved, right? You got to really know what you just made. Be certain of that, you know? Okay, so let's assume that I do know what I just made. Then I can just shift right click it and rename it. And now, of course, I know what I made. I made a giant potion. And now if we drink it, we turn giant. And we walk slower. And that's pretty cool. And we have more jump distance and stuff. It's all kind of neat. There's some uses for it. You can walk over gaps, whatever. But you walk slower. It's a bit of a trade-off, right? Maybe it's probably a potion good use to throw at enemies, and then you can hit them easier with an arrow, right? That would be nice. Okay. So yeah, you can basically shift right click any potion, rename it. I don't know. I used brown mushroom block potion. If you don't know what a potion does, you can just rename it whatever. You know, it's cool. So basically, you need to organize your own life. You need to organize what the hell each potion does. You need to know. You need to figure all that out yourself. And I think that's a really cool aspect of the mod, to know yourself. But of course, if you go in here, you can see I'll give you minus 15 speed, plus 1 scale, so actually 3 blocks tall, right? Minus 15% speed, which is actually the same amount that you get from a speed boost, just negative. Okay, beautiful. That's the first important gameplay aspect, which I think is cool, which I think makes players get a book, write down what each effect does, tinker with it, learn about it. That gives the mod some progression in terms of, hey, I found this cool new block, what does it do? Oh my god, do you want to drink it? That's kind of scary, which goes back to an interesting, cool gameplay experience I had with my brother, where there was a data pack which added a new structure, and one chest had a bunch of suspicious stews in them, and we just spent 15 minutes just drinking the suspicious stews in the courtyard of the structure that generated, and just seeing what happened. And we died, and it was fun. It was fun, and I wanted to do a similar effect because I don't know. It's just a fun mechanic to not really know what you're gonna do. So you're gonna kind of have to, at least the first time you play through the mod, you're gonna have to explore what each item correlates to yourself, which is cool. And half of them are negative and half of them are positive. So it's a pretty fair chance in terms of whether you're gonna get something good or whether you're gonna get something pretty nasty. Okay, that's the first aspect. And then the second aspect that I just wanted to highlight is how interesting this is in terms of the amount of variation of stuff you can put in here. Because so far I've really only just put one ingredient, one of these, and then fill the rest up with modifiers, which is interesting on its own. But the fact that there's a limit of exactly 4 items, more than 4 items won't be turned into a potion. It just doesn't work. The cauldron just won't pick it up. That creates so many interesting elements. Let's for now just make a potion that has 2 potion defining items. So I will just explain what my thought process was here. We're going to take a turtle scoot, which is usually slowness, but since we're going to make a bad potion, it's going to invert and therefore turn it to speed. And we're going to make a soul sand, which is typically assumed with jump. Why is that zombie wearing a pumpkin hat? I've never seen that spawn in vanilla. That is weird. Wait, is this a Halloween thing? I'm recording this on the 31st of October. This might be a Halloween thing. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that's an Easter egg. I think it's an Easter egg. I think there's a Halloween Easter egg where zombies wear pumpkins. That's cool. I need to investigate that later. Anyway, so this usually makes jump reduction, but since it's inverted, it's going to make jump boost. Okay, that's the basic concept. Let's add another modifier, just like for the hell of it. There we go. Splash potion. Boom. Let's go. Cook it up. Nice. Whoop. Don't. Yeah. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. We now have made this with jump boost and speed. So we've combined 2 effects. Now we're quick and we can jump higher. Now that is the type of potion you'd want in an epic escape if you're surrounded by monsters. You can make this. And then of course, you can make it even faster to drink. You can make it quick to drink, which would be also, I'm sure, hugely helpful in many situations. So this lapis lazuli just will make it quicker to drink, which would be awesome. Which you can use it to make a really good potion for combat. So you can combine multiple of these, right? You can, or you can just use one and instead use many of these amplifiers and modifiers. It's completely up to you. It's your choice how you want to partition it. And I think there's some really cool decisions coming up here, because you can put up to 3 potions, up to 3 effects into a single potion, which is a lot of effects. That would usually take you like over 5 seconds, and then you have bottles in the inventory. It's all super annoying in Minecraft. But with this mod, you can combine them all intelligently and then make a good potion in case you just need to bolt, you know, in case you just need to get out of some situation, which is cool, I think. Right, and then the aspect of these 2 potions these 2 modifiers can be used to create potions that can actually apply to other people as well. But of course, they will take a slot away from you, so that will make it that will hinder you from making super terrible concoctions that will basically kill your player immediately. Right? You could give poison to a player and slowness or something. That would be mad. But then that's like, you have a limit there. You can't also add whatever other thing. I don't know, jump reduction, so they can't even jump up on other blocks. That would be mad terrible. That would be a mad terrible effect to create. So we can't do that, right? Because you're limited in the effects that you can apply to other players simply because they take away one of your slots. So the fact that you can just put anything you want, as long as it fits into 4 slots, just creates some really interesting gameplay decisions, I think, in terms of partitioning and making a bunch of potions. I don't know how many billions of variations there are. Maybe I'll calculate it, I'm not sure. But there's a huge amount of variation possible with this system, and I'm really proud of it. It's really cool. So I think that's the mod. I think I've covered it all. I hope so. I've talked for a long while now, 19 minutes, damn. I hope that was helpful, and I hope that will be some good information to the people that maybe don't want to play the mod, but just want to have a little look at it and what it is, because maybe it looks interesting. I don't know. Right, so that's my submission. I did all of this in 1 week, in the first week of October on the afternoons, as my side project, and then I tried to move the functionality of all of this. This is a witch cauldron. This is not a normal cauldron, to be clear. Normal cauldron looks exactly the same, but this is a witch cauldron. This is a normal cauldron. I couldn't merge the functionalities, which was kind of annoying to me. Maybe I'll do it after the fact, but actually this one looks a little bit darker. I don't know why that's going on. But yeah, I couldn't merge them, which was really sad to me, and I tried it for a long time, and it was kind of too difficult just for technical challenges, because it's just a block that's completely differently constructed from the very bottom up, and then I tried to go to the very bottom up and mix into the block registration class, which is rather insane. Didn't work at all. Don't recommend doing it. Do not do it, trust me. And that didn't work at all. Failed spectacularly. So I just kind of got demotivated and I stopped working on it. And now it's October 31st and I figured, hey, I need to publish this. Come on, you need to get this out. You worked too long on it for a week. But I spent a lot of time on it during this week. and so I decided, hey, let's publish it. It's fine. The model is not overly unique, you might say. I literally copied it exactly from the vanilla cauldron, and this one's a bit of a special element there that I've introduced. But beyond that, I think there's a lot of interesting choices, a lot of interesting gameplay there, and I'd love some feedback or some interesting ideas, and maybe I'll keep working on it depending on whether anybody tells me that they like the idea. Anybody who watched this, please tell me whether I just wasted 20 minutes talking to the void. Yeah, I think it's cool. I really like the idea. And I've had a lot of fun making this. Thank you, and I have enjoyed participating in the SpookyJam, and I will now hope that I can still submit it, because I've noticed that it is 4 p.m. and I live in Germany, and that's a different time zone than America. So I hope I can actually still submit it, and I didn't do this for absolutely nothing except for the funsies. Right. All right, thanks. Cheers, guys.